Hey, Ben, can I
Yes,
ask a question?
of course.
So, all right, like this SMCI that you're in, all right, and it took off 10%. Do
hmm
you take off like say like 2 to 1 profits just to like make it risk free and then maybe move your stop later, or are you kind of like waiting if the emphasis is waiting on the meat of the move,
hmm
taking profits a little bit later, a
hmm
little bit of profits later?
So one thing that, again, what I've always done is I focus on pretty much one entry and one exit, and I emphasize more on the prior low a day, moving to low a day, and then trailing for the most part. But the problem with that, and again, trading is a continuous process of the good and the bad. What I've noticed with a lot of my trades recently, in the last 6 months or so, is with that I'm giving too many working ideas back to break even. So what I'm starting to focus more on is taking off 10% at 2 to 1, 10% 3 to 1, 10% 4 to 1, 10% 5 to 1, and then keeping the rest for the meat of the move. And that's just looking back at a lot of my trades over the past year. The easy kind of quick swing trades are usually within that like 5% gain range, where it could be a nothing trade, it could be an okay one, or it could be a failing trade. And once it kind of gets above that 5% area, then you kind of you have that better trade on your hands, and you want to hold it. So, but again, we don't know in the moment this is going to be a trade, this is going to be hood that goes up 100%, or this is going to be, you know, Apple that goes 2%. We don't know. So it's
Right.
in which I haven't really done much in the past was having those limit orders out because I never want to cap the upside. But I'm willing to give away 10% at 2 to 1 and 10% at 3 to 1. It's not a big, it's not going to be a big deal versus giving the whole trade back, like some of these lessons learned. Like SMCI, that trade the other day was up 5% day one, and day two and day three, I didn't take any off and got up break even. So that would have been a trade where instead of it being a break even trade, it would have been, a profitable one. And that's just something from just reviewing my trades and seeing them. And it's like, okay, that's a quick, easy adjustment. And I can be very consistent with that. And it's not like each trade can be different. It's, I get into the trade, I put out 2 to 1, 3 to 1 orders, have the stop for the remainder. And if they get hit, they get hit. And if not, we know what to do.
Right. Okay. I like that systematic approach. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and again, that I'm, with the books, I'm going to obviously adjust a lot of the older lessons. And that is one, the 10-10-10 idea that will be in taking profits, and we'll do, a little bit more of a deeper dive in them, like on these calls and moving forward. But those will all be written out and easy things for us to, read and focus on.
Perfect. Sounds like a plan.
All right. Any other questions you have?
I guess so. One of the members, I think, in the chat, and I got on the call late, so I don't know if you went over it.
Mhm.
He mentioned like how you guys scan for charts, like using Finviz
Mhm.
with the different, I guess, parameters for formula to start to look for trades. Are you guys still doing the same thing, or you in particular still doing the same thing when you look for your trade setups, or what?
All right. So I'll definitely go over that. So again, I put all my watch lists into that new channel. And if you can see my screen here, you see these first five. So my morning routine is very simple. I pretty much work down this list of names. Now, I'm going to tell you, there's not every day I'm going through, these 2,000 or so plus names. But every morning I start a big picture, I go through the broad indexes, major markets, major sectors. I look through the names on the radar. Again, all these ones that are starred will update in real time on the Discord. So I know when you asked me earlier for orders in, you're like, there's nothing there. And it's like, at the moment, I don't have any orders in. I'm in SMCI and I'm letting
Right.
that one work.